First, politics. The most strikingly unusual thing that happened was that at the so-called National Day reception for the 25th anniversary of the founding of the CCP regime, the people who appeared to the left and right of Xi Jinping were former Premier Wen Jiabao and former chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, Li Ruihuan, and pictures from the scene show Xi Jinping and Wen Jiabao talking and laughing in a very friendly atmosphere. Anyone familiar with Chinese politics knows that both Wen Jiabao and Li Ruihuan are considered reformers and relatively open-minded. Moreover, Wen Jiabao has repeatedly emphasized the importance of political reform on various occasions, opposed returning to the Cultural Revolution path, and stated that without political reform, all the achievements made through economic reform would be lost. Xi Jinping, on the other hand, is hell-bent on going back to the Cultural Revolution. So the fact that this time Xi Jinping had Wen Jiabao and Li Ruihuan, who had long since retired, make a high-profile appearance at the National Day reception is seen by many China observers as a sign that Xi Jinping has already lost some of his power and has had to compromise with the pro-reform wing of the party. Some even believe Xi Jinping will hand over power after the next CCP Congress in 2027, and some have already begun to speculate on who will be his successor. There are two opposing views on whether Xi Jinping's power is secure or not. One of the two views, which I have already talked about earlier, is that Xi Jinping has had his power cut or divided. And the high-profile reception given to Chinese Premier Li Qiang on his recent visit to Vietnam has also been cited as one of the evidence. Of course, there are other things that people noticed, such as Xi Jinping's absence from some important events and the purging of some officials considered close to Xi Jinping, or even those in the military and so on. However, sources from within the CCP system say that Wen Jiabao, Li Ruihuan, and other CCP elders attended the reception not because Xi Jinping compromised with them, but rather because they were forced by Xi Jinping to come out and show their support. Former Peking University professor Yuan Hongbin said that Xi Jinping is implementing spy-based governance. He has ordered the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection and the National Supervisory Commission to increase surveillance on CCP officials to sweep away the monopolistic power of the red second-generation families in the banking and financial systems. This is to strip these families of the economic power to challenge Xi Jinping politically. At the same time, it's also to gather evidence of their corruption and embezzlement. Prior to the National Day reception, Cai Qi, head of the CCP's Central Committee's Secretariat, and Li Xin, secretary of the CCP's Discipline Inspection Commission, were ordered by Xi Jinping to visit and talk to Wen Jiabao, Li Ruihuan, and Zeng Qinghong, former vice president of China. Cai Qi and Li Xi presented Wen Jiabao with materials about his wife and son's economic crimes. They showed Li Ruihuan materials about his brother's economic crimes in Tianjin, and Zeng Qinghong revelations about his brother's economic crimes both at home and abroad. Cai Qi and Li Xi demanded that Wen Jiabao, Li Ruihuan, and Zeng Qinghong cooperate with the Party Central Committee and Xi Jinping to stabilize the current political situation. They were asked to join Xi Jinping in facing the challenges he mentioned at the National Day reception, prepared for high winds and rough waves or even shocking waves. They also want them not to engage in political activities with other red second-generation families to challenge Xi's authority. So, this is the truth about Wen Jiabao and Li Ruihuan attending the reception.